The Albertson Parkway Interchange project in Broussard is now nearing completion. Now that's a relief for drivers, residents, and also business owners. But some businesses in the area say that the project has hurt their bottom lines, and they're not happy about some of the changes being made. Here's more in a story that you'll see only on 10. Mike's Marine has been on Main Street, LA 182 in Broussard for 13 years. General Manager Scott Babin says they've survived the ups and downs of Acadiana's economy. Then last August, the DOTD began working on Main Street as part of the $57 million Albertson Parkway Interchange project.
As fast as it started, it stopped.
Babin says crews tore up the road, then stopped working for 7 months. He says they resumed work, then stopped for 3 more months.
It was a ghost town. I mean, it was people, it was employees coming to work over here. I mean, our sales, our showroom, everything just, it come to a halt.
Contractors moved out and moved to other projects, and then there were some issues getting them back in.
DOTD District Administrator Bill Oliver says those issues included flooding on the Mississippi River that delayed asphalt work and getting all of the subcontractors on the same page. He says the contractor is behind schedule on the interchange project, and this section of Main Street took a back seat to the bridge and the mainline work.
So he's concentrating on what's best for him, and it's not always what's best for the local business owners, unfortunately.
Babin says that this temporary road was just finished at the end of June. Before that, he says it was one way in, one way out. And he says for an 11-month period, they lost a lot of business. Other businesses on this road told me they lost money too.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars lost in revenue per business out here on this road for 11 months.
Babin is happy the road is now open, but he says once the project is finished, customers will still have a hard time getting to him.
They are going to put a raised median that's going to cut off 182 by Albertson's Parkway.
Traffic from St. Nazaire Road will be able to go under Highway 90, but won't be able to turn left on Main Street. Oliver says allowing left turns would back up traffic. Instead, he says a new frontage road with a traffic signal will give people access to Main Street.
It'll flow much smoother, and we believe will provide better access in the long run.
The DOTD says the contractor will be fined once the project's completed later this year. Now, we don't know how much because they have to subtract bad weather days and lost work days that are beyond the contractor's control. Of course, we'll keep you posted on what happens. Part of a state highway in Henderson is crumbling. Now, because of that, nearly a mile of the Henderson Levee Road, LA 352, is down to 1 lane. And it could be like that for a while because there's no money to fix it. Here's more in a story that you'll see only on 10. This section of the Levee Road in Henderson, LA 352, is down to 1 lane. Drivers have to wait at a stoplight for opposing traffic to move through. The reason?
The pavement itself is actually crumbling now and it's starting to break off.
Henderson Mayor Sherbin Collette says the road has been like this for over a year, affecting tourism and local businesses.
The locals are getting aggravated, and the people coming in, they really don't know where they're going. When they see this, they're kind of shocked. They don't know what to expect on the other end of this. So it's a hindrance, and it's devastating for the area right now.
Mayor Collette says the Levee Road started cracking last summer. At first, the DOTD came out and closed down a 300-foot section of the road, but then over the course of the summer, more cracks appeared. So right now, about 0.8 miles of the Levee Road is down to 1 lane.
The slope failure is actually encroached into the asphalt roadway, so there's a failure of the roadway there. So we can only put traffic on 1 lane.
The Levee Road is a hurricane evacuation route. Collette says he's met with the DOTD, the Levee Board, the Army Corps of Engineers, state lawmakers, and Congressman Clay Higgins about the problem. But right now, there's no money to fix the road.
The real issue with that project is funding. We cannot use our gas tax money for repairing part of a levee system.
And this is the emergency. A roundabout is not. And I understand when it's allocated for a certain project, it has to go there. But it seemed like to me an emergency situation should supersede it, and it doesn't.
The DOTD says it's doing engineering and survey work to determine how much the repairs would cost. The agency is looking to see if any federal funds are available for projects like this one. Mayor Collette remains hopeful that the road can be fixed soon. Well, bridge safety is extremely important, especially when we think of high-profile bridge failures. In 2007, 13 people were killed when a bridge collapsed over the Mississippi River in Minneapolis. Well, here in Acadiana, the DOTD is responsible for inspecting all of our bridges. We went out with a bridge inspection crew, and we have more in a story that you'll see only on 10. DOTD bridge inspectors were in Acadia Parish last week, inspecting 3 bridges on Perchville Road. The hammer is an important tool for the inspectors.
The hammers are used to sound the timber members so that we can determine if there's internal defects.
Jerry Begno is the DOTD bridge engineer for the Lafayette District.
About 4 foot.
He says crews do a complete safety inspection of the bridge foundation, substructure, deck, and rails. Inspectors write up their findings, which will be sent back and reviewed by DOTD engineers.
The only real determination we make in the field is whether or not it should be closed immediately.
And that does happen. The DOTD ordered the Surrey Street Bridge in Lafayette closed last October because one of the bearings was fractured. There are 3 DOTD bridge inspection teams in this district. They're out just about every day inspecting bridges. They're responsible for 1,800 bridges in 8 parishes. That's 1,000 state bridges and 800 local ones. The DOTD inspects every bridge at least once every 2 years. Some bridges are inspected every year and others every 6 months.
If we see something that we think a bridge could possibly fail, we're going to require a closure of the bridge, and that's immediate closure. There's no notice on it.
Once the DOTD completes the bridge inspection report, the findings are sent to the local government. Any defects or problems must be addressed in a timely manner. And it's important to note that local and parish governments also do their own bridge inspections. The DOTD inspections are done to make sure that nothing was missed and that the local inspections were done properly. Well, project managers say the $14.5 million Colley-Saloom E. Broussard roundabout project is about 35% complete. Crews began work in late October of 2017. Now, we went on site to give you a view of the work that you can't see from the road. It's a story you'll see only on 10. The new Colley-Saloom Road Bridge crosses the Isaac Vero Coulee, which has already been realigned and protected from erosion. LCG project manager Mark Laverne gave us an up-close look at the work.
Once you get on site and stand next to some of these things, you see the true sense of scale of it, and the things that are being accomplished out here by the contractors is just pretty remarkable.
Laverne says bad weather has caused severe delays. To try and make up some time, the contractor brought in another supervisor and additional work crew. The crews have done a lot of work on this new bridge. As you can see behind me, they've already put down 16 concrete girders. They have 16 more to put down. 8 of them will go here over the coulee. The final 8 will go over on this section here. After that, the bridge deck can be installed on top. The bridge is for the new section of Colley-Saloom, being constructed from the Grand Point Apartments to Q Road. The existing end of Colley-Saloom will be for right turns onto E. Broussard, and the traffic light will be removed.
We're standing south of E. Broussard Road right now. This will be the relined section of Colley-Saloom Road. It'll tie back into Q Road.
Crews have done drainage work and moved dirt to form the shape of the new road. The work south of E. Broussard and the bridge work is being done at the same time. The roundabout at Colley-Saloom and E. Broussard will be built last.
This is the largest construction project I've been involved in. It's a source of personal pride to be involved in something like this. The magnitude of this project is essentially comparable to the Camellia crossing of the Vermilion River.
The second phase of this project is to widen Colley-Saloom to 5 lanes, from Ambassador Caffrey Parkway to the Grand Point Apartments. LCG Public Works Director Mark Dubrock says 20,000 vehicles a day use that part of Colley-Saloom.
It really is, to some degree, the only corridor between Vero and Johnson Street to get traffic from the Milton area and point south.
LCG hopes to have the roundabout work done by early 2020, but the bad weather may push that date back. The widening of Colley-Saloom will cost around $16 million. LCG is waiting for a bond sale before that project can go out for bid.